What is up, Voodoo Tribe? It's your girl Naja here, and I'm back with another video. And this video is going to be a Tribe Tea video. That's when you guys send me in your stories, we react, we kiki, we give advice, all that jazz. Yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. I try not to ramble too much on the Tribe Teas because I want to get as many of you guys' stories in as possible. If you like this video or if you like me, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're notified, click the notification bell, and make sure you are subscribed every time you watch a video because YouTube be on that bullshit. Okay, so this one is just called Dilemma. Hey Naja, I'm currently a junior in high school and I have a dilemma. I moved to a new city my 8th grade year. Maybe a year after I left, I thought I would never go back and might as well express my feelings towards people. She said, I'm not coming back, so this is how I feel about you. You stink, you ugly, you're annoying, never liked you, you're cool, you're not. Like, that's basically what you did. Wow, okay. One confession was to a girl in my friend group. I told her I liked her and it turned to a whole mess. She didn't mind, but some people in the group were mad because I didn't express my sexuality to them. I don't feel like it was their place for me to have to explain, but whatever. Anyways, I might be forced to move back to my old city and go to the school where they all go. I highly doubt they are all still friends. What am I supposed to do about the girl? Like, won't it be awkward? I obviously don't feel that way anymore, but she's not the type to forget and move past. What should I do? Should I just say fuck it, and if she asks, then just clear it up? By the way, no, the confessions were not public. I privately messaged people. Okay, that's not as bad. I thought you were pointing them out, like you were just calling people the fuck out. But honestly, I feel like you have a good gist where it's just like, if nobody brings it up to you, then there's no point in clearing it up. Like, if she doesn't bring it up to you and wants to talk to you about it, there's no point in just like being like, hey, I'm about to move back to your school, but don't like you anymore. Like, there's no point. You're a junior in high school and that happened in the 8th grade. Pretty sure people are going to remember that it happened, but I don't think it's that much weight is gonna be put on it. Like, I don't think it's really gonna matter at that point. So yeah, I just say don't bring it up unless it's brought up and then put people in their place. What do you guys think? What would you do if you were in her situation? This one is called I hooked up with my best friend. In my opinion, that's never a good idea. I just feel like that's a boundary that just should not be crossed, in my opinion. I know it works for some people and then they end up together, but I don't know. Hey Naja, I'm 24 and this happened when I was a freshman in high school. This happened with my best friend at the time. Let's call her Jay. In high school, we both joined ROTC and became part of their competition program, so we were traveling all over the state. We had a trip at the end of the year, of every year with ROTC. We ended up in separate rooms beside each other. A few weeks before, I told her that I was bisexual and she responded in a strange way, not really accepting, but not hostile either. I let it go. On the trip, we visited the beach. I'm pretty tall for a girl, so I would go out pretty deep. She followed me and whispered in my ear that she was bi too. Okay. I wasn't attracted to her at all, but I said, fuck it. I want to experience being with a girl, so I moved farther away from the group and squatted down lower in the water so people wouldn't see. What are y'all doing? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing? So basically, they ended up doing some stuff under the water. I'm paraphrasing because I'm not trying to get too graphic. But basically, she said after what they did in the water, Jay wanted to date her. I distanced myself from her and ended up hanging out with a new girl. I wasn't attracted to Jay, but I wanted to try something out. But my new friend told me it would be wrong to date her just for sex. Yeah, that's totally true. It is very wrong just to date somebody for sex. She was right, so I never dated Jay, and our relationship was never the same. After that, I realized that Jay was a huge liar and would make up things for attention. Our senior year, she told a gay boy that I was bisexual, and he didn't believe her because of her reputation. She was still trying to get with me, but I really didn't trust her at that point. I should have just hit it and quit it. Shouldn't have hit it at all. Like, that's your best friend. Like, that's weird. Let me think. I've only had one best friend that was straight. I've only had one straight best friend. I've had 2 girls who were gay, like full lesbian, that were my best friends. I had one gay guy that was my best friend. And me being bisexual, I never crossed that line because I just viewed them as siblings. Like, it would just make me feel uncomfortable even thinking of doing anything with them. Like, I don't know, I just feel like that's a line that you shouldn't cross. Like, if you want to pursue somebody romantically, do that. Don't be like, oh, let's be best friends. Oh, but you're my best friend. Like, because then it gets kind of manipulative and weird. Again, I know sometimes it works for some people, but it usually ends up like your story ends up just being weird, a friendship ruined because You can't come back from that. You really can't come back from that. What do you guys think about the story? She doesn't seem to need advice, but I'd like to know your opinion about the story in the comments below. This one is called Burned Not Once, but Twice. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Hey Naja, my name is Lex. I'm currently 23 years old. Hold on, let me skim this because I feel like I might have read this before. Hold on, I don't think I've read this. I think I just read one with the name Lex before. But she says her name is Lex, she's 23 years old, and this story happened about 1.5 years ago. I'm gonna get straight to the point. I hope that the younger viewers learn a lesson from this. About 2 years ago, I met my now ex-boyfriend. We will call him Tim. I met Tim while living with my older sister at the time. Tim was a friend of my sister's now ex-boyfriend, Ray. Tim and I started off as acquaintances. A few months later, things progressed and got serious between us both. We ended up hooking up a few times. Not to mention, I'm sorry y'all, I've had a long day, it's hot. Do you see my skin glistening? We did not use any protection during the times we had sex. Dumb. Please wrap it up. A few days go by since the last time me and Tim had sex, and I noticed I started feeling sick. I was suffering from on and off appetite, strong sense of smell, weight gain, nausea, head and body aches, and stomach pain. Girl, are you pregnant? Like, what is you burning or are you pregnant? I informed him that I felt this way. We both suspected that I may be pregnant because no protection was used, but before I could even set up an appointment, let alone test for a positive at home, I found out that Tim started making plans to leave the state. Wow, Tim said, oh, you pregnant? Bet that up. Bye. Like, what? Oh my God. I ended up in the hospital due to steadily increasing health complications. The good news was that I was not pregnant. The bad news was that my appendix was severely infected and needed to be removed immediately. Oh shit, that's serious. I ended up having immediate surgery. It was divine timing to say the least. My mom ended up telling him what happened. Tim stated that he felt sorry, which he should have. After that experience, I moved on and cut off all ties with him. 1.5 years later, I'm going for a routine pap smear. A few days later, I get a phone call telling me that my results come back abnormal. I tested positive for HPV. Jesus. I feel like the story is so familiar, but I don't know. Like, I'm waiting to like keep reading it and something tick in my brain, being like, have I heard this somewhere else? Is this familiar? Have I read this before? Because don't be acting like y'all ain't good for sending me and like 5 other YouTubers y'all story or sending the email in like 8 times. So I'm just like, I don't know. So she says she had HPV or whatever. Tim was the only guy that I had ever had sex with. Oh, wow. So I knew who it was automatically who transmitted that disease to me. I was sent to the OBGYN for a second opinion. I was retested and an ultrasound was performed on me as well. On 3/8/2019, I received a clean bill of health. What I went through taught me quite a few lessons. 1, use protection, right? 2, be sure you really and thoroughly know a person before having sex with them. Our bodies are sacred. I mean, I'm all for people hooking up. Like, me personally, I'm like, I really don't care for hookups. Like, if people want to do hookups, people want to do hookups. It's all about protecting yourself. Protect yourself. Like, you can hook up with whoever you want. Just wrap that shit up. Number 3, set boundaries and respect towards one another early in the relationship. I agree with that. People will treat you how you allow them to. I've been single since that incident and don't plan to enter a relationship anytime soon. I'll be doing things a lot differently with my next relationship. Thanks for reading. Well, child, that's crazy. I'm glad that you're healthy now, and I'm glad that you don't mess with Tim's old dirty ass anymore. And seriously, guys, please wrap it the fuck up. Please wear protection. Just do it. Damn. This one is called Naja. This bitch was funky with a vomit emoji. Damn, okay. So hey girl, big fan. Let me get right into it. So it was my birthday, right? January 17th. And my best friend and I were supposed to eat at Fridays. When we were texting, she kept saying we or us, but I didn't invite anybody else, so I was confused. I used to hate when one of my old friends used to do that. Like, I'd be like, oh, do you want to hang out? And she'd be like, yeah, let's go to the movies. And then I show up at the movies and it's like her and 3 other people, and I'm like, I don't know these people. Like, what's going on? I thought we were going to the movies. And she's like, no, we're going to the movies. We are going to the movies. Like, I hate when people do that. Like, give me a heads up. I asked her who else is coming and she said Jenny. and that I would love her. They get to the restaurant and my bestie Destiny gives me a present and Jenny also gives me a gift. I was skeptical of Jenny, but I gave her a pass because I got a gift. Shallow? Yes, I'm aware. Not really. I mean, that's polite. She could have just been a +1 and didn't give you shit. Like, I feel like she was being polite. We have a whole kiki sesh and it's lit, but I keep smelling this odor. Oh my god, I keep smelling this odor that smelled like metal and gym socks. Jenny goes to work and my bestie randomly decided to get me a telly. A few hours pass and my bestie and I are toasty as fuck. Here comes Jenny with 2 bottles of wine. I'm about to get to the point, I promise. And food from Chipotle. So she brought a bottle of wine and food from Chipotle to a restaurant. Why is she there? What's going on here? Now here's where she got me fucked up. I start smelling that smell again and I got so worried, like, what the fuck? Is this my biscuit that smelled like this? But no, it was not. Jenny took her work shoes off and wasn't wearing socks. Then she went to the bathroom and when she came out, the whole room smelled like bounced ass. She said the whole room smelled like bounce that ass. I'm done. Oh my god. I go back to the bathroom. This bitch has her funky post-work period leaked ass panties in the middle of the floor. Where did your friend find Jenny at? Oh my god, okay. Naja, she took a shower and put the same dirty panties back on. So now I'm getting funkiness from both angles and I feel trapped. Whose house are you? I thought y'all were at a restaurant. Y'all are at somebody's house having dinner. Okay. She just used your shower. What is going on here? I thought we were eating. Like, what's... Now I told Destiny she needs to check her friend because the bitch is trifling. And literally every time I see her, I just itch. And I'm repulsed by her existence. Destiny keeps bringing her around. And I don't know how to not show my utter disgust because I feel like whatever I say will sound bitchy. P.S. She is super chatty and loves to butt in conversation and just all around annoying person in the group. And that's the main reason I really can't bring myself to have a friendship with her. Well, what I did when I was in a situation with that one friend who used to always bring people around that I didn't like, well, not that I didn't like, but that I was not expecting to hang out with. There was this one girl and I made a story time about it. It was like one of my first ever story times. I met this girl and the same night I met this girl, she stole my phone. And my friend wanted to continue being friends with her and me and my friend would make arrangements and then out of nowhere she would bring the girl who stole my phone. And one day I just had enough and I was like, look, I don't like her. Like, I do not like her whatsoever. Do not bring her around me. Shit, you can put her before me. Like, if she hits you up to hang out or maybe she has a better time going on, whatever the fuck she's doing, you don't gotta include me, sis. I don't want to be around this bitch. Like, you literally gotta be blunt. Like, fuck seeming mean. Would you rather be mean and tell somebody straight up, hey, I don't fuck with this person, don't bring me around when you're with them, don't bring her around when you're with me? Or would you rather be in an awkward ass situation where everybody's pretending like everything's okay when it's not? That's fake as fuck. Like, no. Like, let's be adults. I don't like you, don't be around me. Like, it's that simple. Don't bring this person around me. It's that simple. Don't be a little bitch and be like, oh no, if you're my friend, then you wouldn't hang out with her. Like, I feel like that's juvenile because people are allowed to choose who their friends are, but at least give me the common decency of not bringing them around me. Like, that's what I feel like you need to do, is just be like, hey, ground rules, don't like this bitch, don't have her in my house. If you want to hang out with her, keep her over there and I'm staying over here type shit. What do you guys think? Give her some advice in the comments below. All right, so this is the last one. It's called, should I text her and make up or leave her alone? Naja, I've been watching your Tribetea videos for some time now and I wanted to get some advice for my situation. I had this friend who we're gonna call B and we were friends since freshman year. We're juniors now. I know that's not that long, but she was one of my first friends in school. Everything went downhill our sophomore year when I was talking to one of my friends and B walked up, and I'm not gonna lie, she wasn't looking too cute. Please don't tell me you're one of those friends. Hold on. My friend tapped me and I started laughing and I told her to stop because it wasn't funny, but I was laughing at something she said earlier. That night, wait a minute. My friend tapped me and started laughing, and I told her to stop because it wasn't funny, but I was laughing at something she said earlier. I feel like you lying. I feel like your friend was talking shit and you was laughing at your friend, bro. Like, let's be real, because that doesn't make any sense. You said she tapped you on the shoulder laughing, and you said that's not funny. But then you just said that you were laughing, but it was not at your friend's outfit. It was at something earlier, but then you felt the need to tell us that your friend's outfit wasn't cute. You're giving me mean girl vibes, sis, but here we go. That night after school, B posted something but didn't have the balls to tag me, and it said something along the lines of, oh, you want to be fake, blah, blah, blah. That's why such and such doesn't want you, and that's why another girl thinks you're ugly. My heart literally dropped because, damn, I thought we were friends. And on top of that, she didn't even come to me as a friend and ask me what's going on. You didn't come to her as a friend being like, oh, sis, you looking a little crazy today, like, you know, like, let me fix your hair, or like, let me fix your shirt a little bit, like, to have her looking good. Instead, you talking about, oh, she wasn't really looking popping that day. Like, you could have came to her as a friend, like, instead of having your friend laugh at her, because let's be real, you and your friend were laughing at her. Like, let's be real, like, come on now. I commented on her post, okay, well, I don't care. If you want to leave, just leave. I honestly was over it at that point. Fast forward a few months later, she texts me and apologizes and tells me how she needs her friend back. I deadass felt bad because I've been ignoring her and I didn't want anything to do with her. We made up and everything was back to normal. I moved my junior year to a different school, but me and B remained friends. She told me everything that was going on with her, and of course I listened because that's what real friends do. Fast forward a few months later, and her boyfriend break up, and he gets with his best friend. And she, best friend, like a girl that'd be like, oh, hey, best friend, yeah. And she is pissed. So me and A is the same girl that who was a kikiing earlier. We're talking about this situation because she was worried about her. I told A she just doesn't want anybody to be friends with her ex or his girl. That's literally it. The very next day, B calls me when I'm on my way to school and she says, oh, I heard you were talking about me. So I said exactly what I told A and hung up. The same day, A and B got into a fist fight. I stopped talking to both of them. I honestly miss talking to B because she deadass listens to me when I have problems, and she was my very first friend here in Texas. The only thing that pisses me off is she believes everything she hears or thinks she hears instead of coming to me and asking me. She did come to you and ask you what the fuck you said. I'm not trying to defend your friend too much. It's just like, bruh, like, I've been around people that will be your friend, but then will pick you apart behind the scenes and then be trying to make you seem like you're crazy. Like, that's the only reason why. But I can tell that you genuinely do care for B. I feel like A was really stirring the pot with both situations. Like, A is the person egging you on to a kiki and laugh at your friend. A is the person that's hitting you up gossiping about your best friend. That is a rule of thumb that I have though. Like, you don't tell your best friend's information to third parties. Like, I feel like that's an unwritten rule. Like, it's a no-no. Should I text her and make up or leave her ass alone? Sorry if this is kind of confusing. Thank you in advance. Love you so much. If it's a friendship worth fighting for, text her back and let her know that you guys need to have better communication in your friendship. If something doesn't seem right, go to her and let her know that if you're worried about her, she's not gonna go to somebody else. You're gonna go to her and talk to her. Like, y'all both need to come to each other instead of going to third parties when it comes to each other. You both need to talk to each other and communicate better. I feel like with A out of the picture, there won't be as much conflict. You guys are gonna graduate soon, so, you know, for all you know, the friendship could fizzle out, but it'd be better if you could just patch it up before, shoot, she goes to another state and you go to a completely different one. You get what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Let her know in the comments below. Alright guys, that is it for today's Tribe Tea. Again, if you guys want your story on this video, please email me in the email in the description below that is under Tribe Tea. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.